I mean, you guys seem to have this Q&A thing down quite well, but how do you, I guess what I want to ask first is, it's a very unusual film. It's a very unique film in my view. Where was the initial spark to go on this journey? Where did that come from?
You know, you've heard me do it 10 times.
I know.
So
well.
There were several things simultaneously that resulted in the conception of Resolution. Number one, Aaron and I and the two leads, Pete and Vinny, had done a really low budget beer commercial for a beer company no one's ever heard of anywhere. And it just went really well. And we had a great time. And I found myself in a situation where I had enough money in my checking account to where I thought that Aaron and I together could probably make a film, given everything that we can do. And I felt like if I didn't do it immediately, I would get hit by a car the next day and have to spend it like on medical bills or something. So I felt like this urgency, like I had to go do it. And then there were other things too, like I've never seen a quote unquote cabin in the woods movie where people went out to a cabin in the woods for the reasons that I saw growing up. Like in San Diego, there's never been a case of two hot girls and a bunch of dudes with beer going out to the woods with me, ever. It's never happened. But I've heard many people going out in the woods to do every drug they have, not pay their taxes, and shoot guns. So that was the conception of Resolution.
I mean, it's been described in a variety of ways. I wonder what you made of the way that it's been received. I mean, it's been described as everything from meta horror through to Mitch Davis described it as a waking nightmare, which I love that idea that it's because when you dream, it isn't all kind of the score swells when the scares come. It's kind of it's like life, I guess. But what has been the reaction to the film, and what do you think of that reaction?
Yeah, I'll give mine first. One of the most satisfying things is, and it's one of the coolest things about horror films, is that in a horror film, you have the liberty to make people laugh, make them feel for characters, and scare the shit out of them. And I think every step of the way, Aaron and I made decisions. We tried to make a movie that we would think is scary while avoiding all the rules that people think are there. You don't have to put a jump every 15 minutes. There's so many things you can do. You don't have to have a swell score in certain places. You can create an entirely new mythology. It doesn't have to be a zombie, it doesn't have to be a vampire, it doesn't have to be a werewolf. Those are wonderful, but you can also create your own myths.
We kind of just set out to make like the coolest movie we knew how, and it wasn't really like this question of like tone or genre or anything like that. We just kind of said like, this will be really funny. Let's do it really funny right here. And that was actually the tactic. It wasn't completely uneducated filmmaking. And but that so when the reviews came in and the response has been overwhelmingly positive for the film, we had been prepared by those in the know, money people, not of our movie, but agents, sales agents, and press people, that kind of thing, that the movie would be really polarizing. It would split people right down the middle, and they love or hate it, and it has to sit with them for a while. And so we were really, like, leading up to our premiere, we were like terrified, it was like, oh my god, we're gonna have to face like waves of criticism. And the fact that, that it's just been overwhelmingly positive is unlike anything we ever expected. We thought we made a good movie, but so does every filmmaker. So it was cool to actually to get that validated.
Obviously,